Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this motion of adjournment to discuss matter of national importance. And the matter in this case is outbreak of disease in our schools. First, Mr. Speaker, I would like to pass my condolences to the parents who lost their kids in school. Mr. Speaker, all of us are parents here. And for 1 minute, everyone here, I would like them to just imagine taking your kids to school when the term starts and just be called to come and collect their bodies. It's really sad. It's not something we can think of. And in that regard, I really want to take this opportunity to ask the CS Health, together with the Education CS, to actually tell us what happened in these schools. Today we are talking of 4 or 5 schools, Mr. Speaker. Within no time, we'll be talking of all the schools in this country. I am saying that, Mr. Speaker, because all of us schooled within the boundaries of Kenya, and we know all the issues that have been discussed here. People talked of uncooked food. Everyone knows how many times we ate those uncooked giveris in high school, Mr. Speaker.
Is that Honorable Millie Odhiambo? Oh, sorry, she's left the house.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, we talked of contaminated water, and I heard you asking the other member whether it was confirmed. I want to tell you, Mr. Speaker, with no iota of doubt, that the water the school-going kids take are contaminated. We all went through those. The food handlers, Mr. Speaker, we know the kind of shoes they wore. We know the kind of coats they wore, Mr. Speaker. And it's not once or twice that we ate tea and the food that was cooked with cockroaches, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we talked of sanitation. If we were just to sample a school near this parliament today, there is no doubt that we will find that. Poor sanitation. Mr. Speaker, all the schools in this country, when we go, there's a nurse, there's a health sector, we are told, and then there's a small, one nurse that sits somewhere, Mr. Speaker. I want to tell the CS Health to upgrade the nurse or the health centers they give to high schools. It's not enough. They only bring Panadols, and that is old. This death, if we had proper health centers in the secondary schools, I can assure you we could have avoided. Mr. Speaker, they say prevention is better than cure. There's no point of the CS visiting those schools and coming back at the end of the day. What have they done, Mr. Speaker? We want a report on what happened, what has been done. I don't know whether it will be right to tell them in the next 1 week, Mr. Speaker. We have lost over 5, and we cannot stand here to lose more kids. As a parent, it's devastating, and I support this motion, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Fatuma Jeo. The Member of Parliament for Elgeyo Marakwet County, the Honorable Milichei Caroline.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for granting me this opportunity. First, let me thank the Member of Parliament for bringing the motion of adjournment. Mr. Speaker, we are sad because when children suffer, it means that those with the responsibility of taking care of them have absconded their responsibility in one way or another. Mr. Speaker, lately we've had issues, so many issues, and even I appreciate and I thank God because they are closing school and they are just closing school. Mr. Speaker, I think there has been a negligence in schools, especially boarding school, and I think many schools nowadays, Mr. Speaker, are focusing on making money, or having parents pay for other issues, the issues of the welfare of teachers and other non-teaching staff, and forgetting to take care of the children. Mr. Speaker, you find that in a school, if there is an outbreak of a disease or if there is something that is not known, it takes several days before it is reported to the parents who are actually the responsible people. What makes the school take this long? It's because many schools, Mr. Speaker, don't actually, they are not what they are. Many schools are just presenting a very nice face value. You might find even some of these schools, they don't have enough sanitation within the school compound. Some of these schools, there is one school, I cannot name it, but Mr. Speaker, you find that they are no longer using treated water. They are using water collected from the water tanks, or they are being transported, they fetch water from the rivers, simply because they no longer maybe pay the bills, or they are tired of doing the same thing. Mr. Speaker, this issue of schools, and I want to appreciate the chair of education because he is here. I think it is about time that we no longer look at schools or measure the schools by the capacity of beds available, but by the number of desks and classrooms available. You find, Mr. Speaker, that a school that is meant to accommodate 500 students is now accommodating 1,500 shillings. Do you want to tell me that is the interest of that teacher? No, it is the interest of the pocket. How much are these students going to pay in terms of remedial? You find that we are being told by the ministry many a times, Mr. Speaker, that their parents should not be charged an extra fee. But I know many members of this house are parents in various schools.
Also out of order, Honorable Mbuko Mlem.